Hello, everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge with Karambi Realty, and here again for another session of Ask Doug. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, and hopefully this is a little out of the box, but what do you do currently with a no pay or slow pay tenant, a tenant who is giving some money, but not all the money for the monthly rent, or a tenant that's not giving any money for the monthly rent? What can you do? And what can you do now specifically with all these new COVID protections for tenants? What are you going to do? So, I mean, and how long are you going to have this go? I mean, a few months, a year, 2 years? How long are you going to have this tenant in there? So if you do it the traditional way, you can't, because it's all been amended by the COVID rules, which will probably stay in place for years to come. So if you have a tenant that's 1 or 2 months or even 3 months, you are so at the end of the line right now. I mean, way at the end of the line. So there's really no hope. You got to talk to the tenant, but doing it the legal way, the old way, you just get in the queue, and it's going to be a very long time. So it may be a very long past due by the time that you get there. And there's even things for them to approach from the government, different funds that they can get to pay rent that doesn't cost, apparently, that they can tap into. But you got to push that with apparently a mediator to kick their butt to get them to at least even evaluate and give it a shot and try it. So what else can you do? So here's a little concept that's out of the box for most. It goes against the grain, but what if you offer the non-paying tenant cash to leave? It's going to be far cheaper than going through the traditional process of eviction, hiring an attorney, serving, court costs, time, more attorney costs, cash for keys, cash for leaving now. What would it take for you, deadbeat tenant, to leave? What would it be? And I don't know how much that is, but you know, would it be $1,000? Would it be $1,500, $2,000? Would it be more? So I can tell you all of those would be probably far cheaper than going through the process. Plus, how much time before you get normal rent again? You know, if you go through the eviction process now, I mean, you may be, maybe a year, maybe at this point, before you get your queue in line with the mediator, before you can even get to the court process. So anyway, something to think about, a little bit outside of the box there, but in these times, they're not normal times, and tenants have been protected because of COVID rules, and maybe they are indeed having a hard time. And I know many are just doing it because they can, so we have that as well. But the bottom line is you're not getting it, and what can you do? There's lots of people that are gainfully employed and can make the payments, and are willing to and want to, and preserve their credit and all that sort of thing. So just a thought, might bring this to the table so you can think about that option if you're in this type of a circumstance. Okay, hope that helps, and just an idea, and take it as you will. Thanks for another session of Ask Doug, and keep those questions coming. Thanks.